America's World War II Museum in New Orleans opened Expressions of America last week. And all I can say is get your tickets. It is a must-see. This is a first-of-a-kind nighttime sound and light experience that celebrates the power of everyday Americans and their impact on the world around them during a time of monumental conflict. World War II. Museum CEO Stephen Watson joins me now from New Orleans. I'm so excited to talk to you because seeing all the video and the promotions for this made me really want to go there myself as quickly as I can. One reason I say it's a larger than life, it's one of the biggest things, is because there is so much to see. Explain what the visitor experience will be.
Well, thank you, Andre, and we're excited too. You know, this is a really unique experience. As you said, this is a nighttime outdoor sound and light show that will be projected here on the facades of the buildings on our campus, you know, some of them up to 90 feet tall. So you will be immersed in the music, the photos, the footage, and most importantly, the personal thoughts and feelings of the men and women of World War II. Just about all of the spoken word and Expressions of America is taken from their letters and their diaries that were written during the war. So it's this big epic show, but it's also very personal and very poignant, and we're just thrilled to be finally bringing this to the public.
I'm thinking about the talent and the time and the effort and the organization that went into putting this permanent installation together for people to see.
It's been an amazing journey. We have been working on this for almost 5 years now, and we have a really amazing team. Our media production partners at Mousetrap, which is the media producer out of California. They're just the best in the world at these nighttime spectaculars. They have been fantastic. Here locally, we have an original musical score. We worked closely with the legendary Preservation Hall Jazz Band and other local musicians to record that original musical score right here in New Orleans at the Esplanade Studios. And then of course, our curators and content experts, you know, scoured through literally thousands of letters and documents to find these personal stories and these moments in these materials that really help our guests to Expressions connect with real people in an authentic way. So it's been quite a journey.
It's interesting to see, of course, the Bob and Dolores Hope Foundation has been a major contributor to this. But Bob Hope, when you think of him, his talents and his time and what he did for servicemen and women over the years is phenomenal.
Absolutely. This show would not exist without the support of the Bob and Dolores Hope Foundation. They signed on early to this. You know, they wanted a way, an innovative way for new generations of Americans to meet Bob Hope. You know, I would argue Bob Hope, one of the most significant entertainers of the 20th century, entertained for, I think, 11 million troops over 5 decades. And early in his career during World War II, most people don't realize this, often put himself in harm's way, you know, to do that.
What's fascinating is that as time goes by, fewer and fewer of the present day really know who he is and know the experience. And that's one thing that this, among many, will do, because it will bring this to the present for everybody who will see it.
That's right. And I think that's one of the things that we're excited about with Expressions of America. It's using this technology, these stunning visuals, in a really unique format and setting to surprise people and connect with people and really broaden the appeal of the museum. And I think that's something that we've always taken seriously here at the museum, to be relevant, to appeal to a broad audience. We have to use all of the tools at our disposal, and we think Expressions is going to do that. So new generations of Americans will get to meet Bob Hope and all of the other individuals in the show.
Stephen, your grandfather was a Royal Air Force pilot in World War II. So this is something you grew up, I would guess, knowing more about than the average person.
Well, you know, yes, my grandfather was a pilot, but like many people, I wish I had asked more questions. I wish I had paid more attention. You know, he passed 23 years ago, but I know this had a major impact on his life. And like many, you know, Americans, I grew up in Scotland, but like, you know, no different. He probably hadn't been more than 50 miles away from home, and here he finds himself, you know, a year later, you know, on another continent, you know, training to be a pilot. So it's personal. It's personal for many of us here. We think that this is, you know, one of the biggest and most important stories in human history, and it's really a privilege to be a part of it. And it's a privilege, I think, for all of us to have it here in Louisiana and in New Orleans as the National World War II Museum.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I could talk to you for hours. We don't have that time. But thank you so much for giving us some of this information about this terrific exhibit. And all people need to do is go to expressionsofamerica.org for tickets and more information.
Great. Thank you, Andre. Come back and see us soon.
Thank you, Stephen.